There's always that one player on everybody's roster as it stands right now with 90 men that all of a sudden comes out of nowhere, becomes the dark horse, right? The guy that you would have expected nothing from, a practice squad player. Maybe he gets cut, but all of a sudden he finds himself on the 53-man roster. Maybe he's a starter now, but maybe he's in a rotational type of, piece on your offense or your defense. And this year we've kind of highlighted, or we will highlight, one specific dark horse on Minnesota's defense. Someone that we probably haven't really heard his name all that much. Maybe you did when he was, maybe a San Francisco 49er or, an Indianapolis Colt or whoever, whatever the case may be. Maybe you haven't heard of this guy, but keep an eye out for Ambry Thomas this season on the Minnesota Vikings defense. So let's get right into it. Before we do, shout out to our affiliate partners at Green Gridiron. If you want one of these mini helmets, the link for that will be in the comment section. Hit that link, use the promo code MINSYN, MINSYN at checkout to receive a discount on your purchase. If you don't want a Vikings helmet for some odd reason, you want a different NFL team helmet, you want maybe your favorite college football team helmet, they have it. They have all NFL teams, all college teams. And let me tell you, they also have a helmet you can fully customize yourself. So if that floats your boat, hit that link in the comment section, or it's also in the description. Use the promo code MINSYN, MINSYN at checkout to receive a discount on your purchase. And if they already have a deal going on, you can actually stack the promo code to receive an additional percentage off of that purchase. So let's get right into it. The Minnesota Vikings depth chart contains 90 people at the moment and will lose 37 players by the end of summer. The Vikings have a few deep sleepers on the roster, but one man in particular takes the cake. Training camp and the preseason will be used to determine, obviously, the 53-man roster. And along the way, some dark horse players, sleepers, will stand off the page with a puncher's chance of being a part of the Vikings' plans in 2025. And while a handful of men can fit the sleeper criteria, there may be no better example than cornerback Ambry Thomas. Here's why. Okay, Ambry Thomas unceremoniously joined the purple roster on Christmas Eve of 2024. He didn't factor in the team's final few games, living on the practice squad for week 17, 18, and the brief postseason, as we all would love to forget, but it is what it is. Because Minnesota signed him to the practice squad, most interpreted him as an unknown player who never really plays. That knee-jerk assessment is fair. That's often the way it is for practice squad players, right? If they're on the practice squad, you're like, probably not going to play much. If he does, it's because we have injuries at whatever position it may be. But Thomas isn't that. Before succumbing to injury in August of 2024, Thomas logged 42 games starting 11 and 855 career defensive snaps. The San Francisco 49ers scooped him from round 3 of the 2021 NFL Draft, the day Minnesota found Kellen Mond, Wyatt Davis, and Patrick Jones II. Not too bad, right? So general manager John Lynch saw something in him 4 years ago. Now, that draft class for us was not great. Wyatt Davis was supposed to be something he wasn't. Obviously, Kellen Mond, I believe, is playing in the UFL right now. And, well, Patrick Jones II is still on the team, and he's actually pretty decent. He's played a lot of football for us, and I think he's becoming a little bit of a fan favorite, I would say. Now, his major problem, Ambry Thomas, that is, through 4 years, is the season shelving injury last summer. It stunted his development and wiped away his 4-year playing time. Here is Ambry Thomas's NFL resume plus his stats. We won't get into the stats. We'll just kind of give you what type of how much football he's actually played, right? Now, he played for San Francisco 49ers for the first 2.5 years, 3 years, whatever you want to say. Then he went to the Colts in 2024. Then before week 17 kicked off, he came to the Minnesota Vikings on the practice squad. And his Pro Football Focus resume, along with snaps played each season, in 2021, he had a 46.1 PFF grade. You can take that how you will. Take it with a grain of salt. A lot of NFL players think that the grade is a bunch of mumbo jumbo, right? He played 333 snaps So a lot of football played. In 2022, had a 59 grade from PFF and 41 snaps. So I believe there was an injury there, or whatever the case may have happened. I'm not sure, but it's still something. And then in 2023, he played and had his best season where he had a 71.5 or zero point 0.5 PFF grade and played 481 snaps. So he was starting to come out of the woodwork. He was starting to come out of the mud into being maybe an everyday starter at the cornerback position. Maybe. Or maybe could have been a rotational piece. You never know. But the fact of the matter is, he's played a lot of football. That is a lot of snaps to play in a season. That means he flies around. Maybe he's a versatile player, which is what we've talked about when we're talking about Brian Flores and what he likes to do with the defense. He likes people who are versatile, can play multiple positions. If can play outside corner, but also can play the slot or the nickel, or you maybe can drop back and play some safety, or have to move into the box and play some linebacker, whatever the case may be. That's the types of players he likes. And if Ambry Thomas wants to make this roster, he's going to have to be versatile. And I have a feeling that there's a chance he might be versatile. It just also depends on how well he's healed from his injury and how much that injury is going to affect him moving forward. How good can he actually be? But he might be a dark horse, but I'm not going to go as far as saying he's the guy we need to keep an eye on, because I think there's other players on this roster that we have to keep an eye on, like watch J.J. McCarthy shock people. Watch that happen. A lot of people are thinking he's not going to be worth anything. I have a different take, but obviously we're not going to see until the lights are on and he's playing ball, right? But Ambry Thomas should be somebody we look at to be like, hey, he could be a player for us for the next couple seasons. We have, not the greatest depth in that cornerback room. Ambry Thomas could be a part of that when the 53-man roster gets set. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It'd be much, much appreciated. Have a great rest of the night, folks, and Skol Vikes.